My name is NAZRUL bin NIZAR. I'm from 11DKA4A, and my matric card number is 11DKA19F1017, and this is experimentary about deflection on beam. Okay, for the apparatus I use scale. This is not mechanical scale. Bottle for the point load, ruler, pencil, paper for to write the result. This is for the UDL, and a box for the pin, and Tupperware for the roller pin, and 2 steel roller. Okay, for the step 1, we measured the weight at the first point, third point, and first point, second point, and third point, and the depth. So for this, the weight is 25 millimeters, and the depth is 1 millimeters, and second point is 25 millimeters, and the depth is also 1 millimeters. Point 3 also 25 millimeters, and the depth also 1 millimeters. And second step, we find the middle of the beam using ruler. Okay, this is from the end to middle, and the middle is 6.5, and then mark the middle. Okay, first next step, we put the point load or the bottle on the beam. Before that, we measure it first. So the weight is 150 gram, equal, convert to Newton, it equal to 1.47 Newton. Okay, this is the deflection. So we okay, for the deflection on the first load is 5 mm. Okay, for the second point load is 300, and put it on the beam again. Okay, for the second deflection, is 9 millimeters. Okay, for the third point load is 450 gram, equal to 4.41 Newton. So we put on the beam again. So for the third deflection is 16 millimeters. Okay, for the fourth load is 600 gram, equal to 5.88 Newton, and we put this again at here. This is the deflection, and the deflection is 2.5 millimeters. Okay, for the last and or fifth load, weight is 750 gram, equal to 7.35 Newton. Okay, for the fifth deflection is, for the last deflection is 32 millimeters. Okay, next step, we decrease the load from 750 gram to 600 and measure the deflection. Okay, for the deflection is 26 millimeters, and after that decrease again until the water weight reach 450 gram, and measure the deflection. 1.6 mm. Decrease again the water until it reach 300 gram, and measure the deflection again and get 1 mm. And for the last, decrease the water from 300 gram to 550 gram and measure the deflection. So the deflection is 7 millimeters. Okay, for the first UDL load is 150 gram, equal to 1.47 Newton, and put it here and measure the deflection. So the deflection is 2 millimeters. And second load of UDL is 200 gram, equal to 1.96 Newton, and put it here and measure the deflection. So the deflection is 5 millimeters. And third UDL is 150 gram, equal to 1.47 Newton. Put it here and measure the deflection. And so the deflection is 10. And for the fourth UDL is 150 also. So put it here and measure the is 13 millimeters, and the last UDL is 150 gram, equal to 1.47 Newton, and the deflection is 16 millimeters. And then decrease the UDL one by one and measure the deflection. First, take first box and measure it. So the deflection is 14, and take other box. And this is the deflection is 11 millimeters, and take the third box and measure it. So the deflection is 5, and the last is the deflection is 3 millimeters.